Hello, 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 and welcome to Tuck's Take, brought to you by PlaySugarHouse.com, the best and only place I go for live in-game betting. I'm just here to hopefully make us both some money, maybe have some fun. Week 3 of the NFL season. Let's do it. The Buffalo Bills are getting 16.5 points in Minnesota. Just let that sink in. The line makers finally realized what we already knew. Buffalo is beyond horrific. That said, 16.5 points is a lot. If I'm forced to make a bet here, I'm taking Minnesota, but I don't love it. Coming off an emotional game against Green Bay, Minnesota might look past this game just a little bit. That said, Josh Allen is the quarterback of the Buffalo Bills, and I think there's a reasonable chance they won't get past midfield. Push comes to shove, I'll give the points and I'll take the Vikings. Cincinnati Bengals travel to Carolina. Carolina is having all sorts of injury issues on their offensive line. Last I heard, they called my mom to play left tackle. Now, my mom makes a mean lasagna, but she's a terrible run blocker. Cincinnati's pass rush has been impressive. Carolina cannot protect their quarterback, Cam Newton, and Cam is very bad when pressured. Give me Cincinnati on the road. The plan is to buy a couple of extra points on PlaySugarHouse.com and get the line above that pivotal 3-point mark. Coming off a pretty big win last week, the Denver Broncos traveled to Baltimore to face off against the Ravens. Now, while I do like what Baltimore is doing on offense, I just think 5 points is too many points to lay in this game. I mean, do we really even know what the Ravens are at this point? Week 1, they dominated a terrible Buffalo Bills team, and then Week 2, the Ravens laid an egg. Now, when we look at Denver, Case Keenum's a fighter. They still have Von Miller on defense, and I'm counting on both of them to keep this game close. Take Denver and the points. The Packers go on the road to take on Washington in what seems like one of those trap games, and put me in the camp of people who just hates giving points on the road. That said, I think the difference in this game is Green Bay's underrated run defense. I think it'll make Washington's offense one-dimensional. Couple that with Aaron Rodgers under center, and I'm on Green Bay. Although I do think the game is somewhat close. Carson Wentz is back. Carson Wentz is back! Game is in Philly. Everyone is going to be amped up. I'm amped up. It'll be Coach Doug Peterson's job to keep his team, me, and his quarterback level-headed. I think Luck keeps the game close, but Luck hasn't been the same this season. And I don't think his dinks and dunks down the field are going to get the job done against what is a tough Eagles defense. At home, I'm taking Philly. My lone loss of the season was betting against the Falcons. Did I learn my lesson? Of course not. Behind the best offensive line in football, I'll take the Saints and the points. The battle of the underachieving offenses. Of course, in New York, you've got all those weapons. Ingram, Odell Beckham, Barkley. But the New York Giants can't block anyone. And let's be honest, Eli Manning is cooked. He's done. Put a fork in him. That said, 6 points is a bit too much for my taste, especially when you look at the Houston Texans offense. Deshaun Watson has been underwhelming this year, and their offense really can't get out of their own way. If I'm betting, I'm taking the Giants. After suffering another tough loss, the Oakland Raiders travel across the country to play the early Sunday game. That never bodes well for the team traveling. Couple that with the fact Oakland can't rush the passer, and I think Miami's quarterback Ryan Tannehill has a big day. Give me the Fins going away. Every once in a while, there's a game that I feel the line makers just got wrong. Now, usually that happens in the first couple of weeks of the NFL season, but still here in Week 3, it seems like the Chiefs just aren't getting enough respect. They have been absolutely dominating the first 2 weeks of the NFL season, and they were on the road. Now they're coming home to face off against what has been a pretty unimpressive 49ers team. When I looked at this game, I was expecting the line to be closer to 10, but it's only 6.5. As far as I'm concerned, if it stays under a touchdown, I'm backing up the truck. Take the Chiefs. Well, that's going to do it for this week's edition of Tuck's Take. I hope you enjoyed it. Enjoy the games. Good luck. Until next time, I'm David Tuckman.